small boy sat amidst bundles of kindling sticks. His clothes were tattered and worn, his feet bare and bruised, his face dirty and smudged, and his eyes tired and lonely. He was a sad little street orphan named William. Each morning he went to the surrounding forest and gathered kindling sticks. He sold them on the streets of London for a few farthings. Each day, as he sat on the street, he saw Hampton Court in the distance. Each night he dreamed of being a courtier at the palace. In his dreams he wore fine clothes and attended the king's banquets. The tables in the great hall were piled high with delicious food, but each morning he woke to the chill of another cold, misty day on the street. One day a stranger happened by. He stopped and asked William, "What is the price of your kindling sticks, lad?" William looked up at the stranger and replied, "A penny or two, sire, whatever you can spare." "What do you do with your earnings?" asked the stranger. "I buy food to eat, sire," replied William. "And where do you live, and where is your family?" asked the stranger. "I have no family, sire, and I live wherever I find a warm, safe place," replied William. The stranger was a kind man and felt sorry for William. William reminded him of his own small son who had died a few years back. The stranger asked, "What do they call you, lad?" "I am called William, sire," was the reply. William asked, "Who are you, sire?" "I am Edmund, master cook in Henry VIII's kitchens at Hampton Court," replied the stranger. "Would you be interested in working for me, William?" asked Edmund. "I have need of a strong lad in the kitchens as a spit boy." "A spit boy, sire?" a confused William asked. Edmund smiled. "Yes, William," he said. "Spit boys roast a spit of meat over a fire in the huge fireplaces for the meals served in the great hall at Hampton Court. It's hot work and the hours are long, but you will be well fed and sleep in a safe, warm place." Food to eat and a warm place to sleep appealed to little William. He agreed and set off with Edmund to Hampton Court. Edmund was very kind to William and taught him to be the best spit boy at Hampton Court. One day, Edmund told William he would be accompanying the kitchen staff on the king's hunting trip. William was excited. He would get away from the hot kitchens of Hampton Court for a while and into the fresh air of the English countryside. On the trip, William travelled with the supply carts at the rear of the procession. He saw the king riding in front, looking proud and magnificent on his trusty steed. William spent his time roasting meat from the day's hunts. He helped Edmund serve meals placed on long tables inside a large tent. There was more food than William had ever seen before, and he thought about the dreams he used to have when he was living on the street. While William and Edmund were clearing away the feast, the king and his friends went on foot to hunt in the surrounding forests. They came upon a wide ditch filled with muddy water, and the other side looked like a good place to hunt. The king's men suggested they walk along the ditch and find a narrower spot to cross. The king replied, "Ah, my friends, that shall take too long. The ditch is not so wide. We shall pole vault over it. I shall go first." The king found a long tree branch. He picked it up and ran as fast as he could towards the ditch. He stuck the branch into the muddy water and launched himself into the air. Suddenly there was a loud crack. The branch snapped and down went the king. Splush! His head fell first into the muddy water. The king's head and face were stuck in the mud. He struggled to free himself, but the mud held fast. His friends pulled and pulled on his legs. That didn't work. King Henry was stuck. Henry had to be dug out, but how? They did not have a shovel. "Help! Help!" his friends shouted. William was cleaning a pot when he heard their cries for help. He immediately ran towards the ditch, clinging on to the pot. "I'm coming!" William saw the king stuck in the mud. He used the pot as a shovel and quickly freed the king's head from the mud. The king sat up. His face had turned blue. He wiped the mud from his eyes and saw William standing in front of him. William was holding on to a very muddy pot. The king's men cheered. "Are you the one that rescued me from that wretched mud?" spluttered the king. "Yes, your majesty," replied William. "Who are you?" asked the king. "My name is William, your majesty. I am a spit boy in your kitchens at Hampton Court," replied William. The king paused, looked at William for a moment, and then commanded a guard to hand him a sword. Raising the sword, the king said to William, "Kneel before me, William the spit boy." The king placed the blade on William's shoulder and said, "Henceforth, William the spit boy, ye shall be known throughout the land as William of Hampton Court, personal page to his majesty King Henry VIII." William beamed with pride. As the cheers echoed back to camp, Edmund smiled proudly. A tear of joy trickled down his cheek as he said softly, "Cheers to my lad, William of Hampton Court." "Well done, William."